G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. So in this video we're going to take a look at how the Ginyu Force does in the Gods of Destruction event. So we've got a full Ginyu Force team here. The only thing missing is the Tech Ginyu lead. Obviously the Tech Ginyu lead is not quite strong enough. I was certain they would give him an easy A, but they haven't. So we've run them under double Frieza Planet Namek Saga leads. It's going to be pretty interesting. Obviously Helez, she changes type every single turn, so the kind of constant changing typing of the Ginyu Force team should generally work out okay for this event, so we'll just have to see how they do. Obviously a big perk is Raccoon. Raccoon obviously guards against all types, which helps. It will happen as a high clip, like 50%. It didn't happen there, which is a bit unfortunate, but Raccoon, once he's fully built up, is very good defensively, and if his guard activates he won't take any damage. Pair him with Jace, who raises the attack and defense of every other unit in the turn, as well as gives us the ability to see super attacks so that we can move Raccoon into any incoming danger. And then of course we have Berta, who's kind of going to flit around, deal some damage, and well, hopefully stack his defense. He can also go into the first slot if he's able to attack first, or there's not that many attacks before him. We also have Captain Ginyu, who's just outright really good, with a super high starting defense and doing some really good damage. Then we have Frieza, who's really good, but obviously the only issue with Frieza is if you just don't get orbs, he's not going to be able to stack his defense like here. And of course we're not going to be able to well, Gildo is just not too great, let's put it that way. So yeah, realistically the team is pretty solid. They have a good chance at doing the event. I think if you get lucky with orbs and the Freezers manage to stack their defense, and you get lucky with Raccoon's guard and where the super attacks are placed, you 100% could complete this event with the Ginyu Force team. And I do think it is possible. Maybe a bit of link leveling, maybe relook at some of their gear, try and max it out as best you can. You'll probably definitely see them improve a lot, but at the same time I definitely do. Yeah, I think they could do it. 100% they can do it. Gildo's probably the weakest link, but even then he does alright. It's just going to depend on how you handle the typings and how lucky you get in terms of your super attacks and where they land. So the fortunate thing though is we can obviously see where the super attacks from Helez are going to land. When we have Jace on rotation, you can see here how that really plays into our hands, because we have Raccoon tank the damage. Now Raccoon obviously has type advantage, but we also activated the Whis item, which obviously gives us additional damage reduction, which does help us out quite a bit in terms of defense. Remember, when Jace supers, he's also raising the attack and defense of units that come after him by an additional 20%. So he's really helping out Gildo there. Gildo getting double supers also helps him out because he also raises his defense on super. So that really increased his defensive capabilities. In fact, Ginyu's probably the second worst performing unit. Due to the non-scalability of his defense, he does technically take quite a big chunk of damage. That being said, he is still pretty damn good, so I'm not going to like talk down about him or anything. He still does really well, and I definitely think overall the team can do it. Like I said, it's just really gonna depend on how lucky you get. Do you get the orbs you need? Do you manage to heal up? You know, units like Raccoon, units like Berta getting a lot of orbs really helps out Berta because it increases his damage and his defense, but also with that scaling attack and defense per orb, he can really beef up his healing output, because as it grows exponentially, the last couple orbs really heal quite a bit. So it's just going to depend on how lucky you get in regards to certain items and certain situations. And you can see here we also caught super attacks, one on Raccoon and one on Ginyu, both type neutral and, you know, really just unfortunate situations. like, okay, we had items active, but not the most ideal situation or units for us to get hit on, so that we can reduce the amount of damage we receive. So just overall, you can kind of anticipate that, or see that we could have had a little bit more luck, but we still, I mean, we're doing a fair chunk of damage to her, really solid on the damage front. And you can see Raccoon here is just really solid. This is where Raccoon comes in handy, this ability for him to kind of tank and everything like that. Obviously, again, just short of the defense, or the 18 key of Freezer to stack that defense. So you can kind of see that that's an issue. I think that's at most the biggest issue with the team, but beyond that, team's doing really great. The attack unfortunately didn't land. Freezer's gonna get some attacks in, which is really cool. So overall, the team does really well, and I'm really impressed with them, and I think it's quite a fun team. It's quite nice how strong they've made the Ginyu Force team. I mean, even the fact that the Ginyu Force team, under double Freezer lead or whatever, can take on this event and give a good account for itself. I mean, get to like right near the end, literally 1 or 2 more attacks that have gone our way, we would have been really close with this. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting to see how the whole event, just kind of like how much more impressive it got, the team in general, and just how good they are at taking on the event. Probably should have tried Gildo in the first slot here, might have done us a bit better, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world. Gildo really loses out on defense like a lot. So overall, I think it was a good attempt by the Ginyu Force. But let me know in the comments down below how you're finding them, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, stay safe, take care, and bye.